did you ever watch that Andy Samberg Hot Rod?
Yeah.
When he's like having a real conversation. I'm too legit. I'm too legit.
Or was that in Don't Stop, Never Stopping?
No, I think they had something similar to that.
All right.
Could have been anything.
Is this thing recording? Have we started?
It is recording now, I think. Yeah, it's recording.
All right.
You know what my favorite part of a podcast is?
When nobody knows they're being recorded?
Yeah, that's when you get the best moments.
All right.
I don't think that was the best moment.
I hope that wasn't the best moments.
We've peaked very early, you guys. I'm sorry. So,
all right, so Step one, let's introduce what liquor.
Yeah, that's a good way to introduce the podcast. We are drinking the Stewards Bourbon Whiskey. They donate 10% of their net profits to charity.
Oh.
Brewed in Basalt, Colorado.
Which charity? Because what if I don't support that charity?
It just says charity. So it really could be themselves. They could have opened their own charity for whiskey.
Just anyone
brewing.
with a 501c3.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I might have ice if you guys want ice.
I can go without it.
I'm good.
Be a real man.
Okay.
Well,
a real man.
Ice doesn't determine your capacity for masculinity.
I always thought it did.
No, some whiskeys are better with ice because it opens up the aromatics. Man.
That's why when you order a drink that's on fire, you're the manliest man.
Right.
Yeah, that is actually true.
No. You're like, I'd like this cheese burning and terrible. Can we have that? Yeah.
Yeah, just heat up some rocks and throw them in there, please. Yeah. That's what I like.
Do you remember that one restaurant we went to and we ate, and that we got the burning cheese, the flambe cheese, and 4 tries, just never got it to burn. Just dumped liquor on it.
She kept dousing it in brandy and trying to set it on fire. So it was basically just a bowl of brandy at the end
with a bit of weird cheese underneath it.
And we went, oh, okay.
Yeah. Good times.
Free drinks.
Yep.
I guess that's fine.
That was an interesting experience. That restaurant isn't there anymore.
Because it was good?
Yes. Yeah, it was too good to exist.
Yeah, that was the only, I guess, technically bad thing that we had there.
Literally.
But it was still good. It was just not on fire.
Yeah.
The one menu item that's not on.
So, man.
So what?
I thought you had something.
I almost had a thing to say. And just started, failed. So, anybody else have?
Well, I haven't given you guys the second episode 1 yet to listen to. Do you guys remember if there was a winner for jokes? Since we're doing that,
I don't know about that.
Do you remember a winner?
All I remember talking about is whether it was echoey or not.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was, but I think it's still reasonable. It's still probably an average sounding podcast.
Yeah.
It's
average is good. That's
we'll
all. That's
compare
all
it with this one. She hates that cow skull. that hasn't been there for very long. Every once in a while, she just looks at it and goes, "God damn it! Why is that there?" I don't know if she wants to chew on it or if she's afraid of it or what.
Well, I could see her really wanting to just chew the shit out of that skull.
She at least has an emotional response to it.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and give you winner for last week because I feel like you said something funny and then we laughed. So.
No.
If we don't know, it was Jacob.
So Jacob was the winner week 2.
Okay.
Jacob's winner by default if we don't remember.
I've started the editing. I've only gotten to the part where you were describing Disneyland, a card game, for a long time.
Yeah, I want all of that left in.
Okay.
Just 100% of that.
Okay. It's interesting, so why not leave it in?
Interesting is good. That's all I plan to be. Average and interesting.
You had some games that you were going to talk about last week that we interrupted you with games.
We just never got to them.
Yeah, you had a list.
Well, it was kind of a shitty list. It was more like a list of anticipated games that I personally am looking forward to, and then just a list of games I'm playing, which are just 3, which is...
You guys tried Firestorm, right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't, but...
Yeah, we certainly played Firestorm.
We won our second game.
We did. We won our second game. Yeah. So, retirement...
Yeah, we're good. We're done.
We're done.
Back to Apex. I'm at 33% win ratio, and
I still can't quit auto chess yet because I have not won that game.
Yeah, I fell into a slump. I keep getting 4th every time now.
I got 8th yesterday.
That's twice as bad as it is.
That's as bad as you can do. It made me feel really bad when a bunch of like Chinese letters just pop up and say they murdered you. These squiggles murdered you. Like, fuck.
Most of the names you can't read for the other players.
Not at all.
So you just have to either know a different language, which, I mean, we're not going to do that.
Well, I'm just going to call that guy Bob now.
Yeah, just Bob. They're all Bob.
Yeah, Bob too. But I'm still enjoying that game, even though I have not figured it out. Nothing seems to actually matter, and then I always lose to someone who has the same shit.
Yeah, they probably just got better items.
Yeah.
It's way up to luck.
So I can tell you the game that I am like most enjoying is Baba Is You. It's like programming in a game.
Okay.
It is very cute and very simple and too smart for its own good. It is a very clever game.
What is that on?
I got it on the Switch.
Okay.
And the Switch redemption code system was a nightmare.
Did you get it off Amazon? And then...
Yeah, I got it off Amazon and could not redeem it. And I guess my Nintendo account was in a wrong region. Like it was in a different zone than America or United States, and so I couldn't redeem a code that I received off of Amazon or that I bought from Amazon. But yeah, Baba Is You is very good. That is my style of game. It is too...
I played most of Space Chem and Zachtronic's other games, so if it's like programming, that should be up my alley.
It's distinctly different from Zachtronic games.
Okay.
It is... You've got little, basically, functions you can push around. So it'll say, like, rock is stop, and if you move the U, so it'll have Baba Is You, and the actual text you shove around with your little goat bunny sheep thing, and you push it around. When you push it around, like you'll change Baba Is You to Baba Is Rock, and then you move around the rock, and then so you is rock.
Bucket.
Good protecting.
Yeah, just calm down.
We're safe. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good protecting.
We have now resumed the podcast.
So yeah, you push the different functions around to make different things work a certain way, and it's just very clever.
All right.
Highly recommend that one.
I'll check it out.
I don't know the longevity of it. Like it could just get to the point where I'm just like, well, I'm frustrated and I'm done.
Well, how many hours have you played?
Not many.
Okay.
Who quite knows?
How much was it?
$15.
Okay, so if you play it for like 3 hours, you're good.
Totally good.
That's the problem with having GameFly is I don't play anything that's not on a disc anymore, which is bad because a lot of better games are indie games that are only downloadable.
Yeah. Do we want to discuss Firestorm at all, or do we just want to?
No, yeah.
Blaze right
I
past
thought you guys talked all you were gonna about that.
No, my bad. I just totally skipped past that. I actually enjoy it quite a lot.
Okay.
And I think you should play it.
I did download it, so I should.
I think it's fun.
It's an update to Battlefield, by the way.
Yeah,
Battlefield 5.
It's not called Firestorm on its own.
Yeah.
That's
Battlefield 5 Firestorm mode. That's what we'll always refer to it as.
Yeah.
You know, because
we
people are
say
going
the whole
want to know. They're going to come to us for information and be like, "Where I can't find this game called Firestorm that you guys kind of talked about for a little bit."
Well, then they're not very good at searching stuff. Because if you type in Firestorm video game, it'll probably show up.
Probably. You hear that, jerks?
Yeah.
Get better at internet.
My grandma might have a hard time finding out. What'd you say? I was trying to get it for you. No, I'm already playing it, Grandma.
You know what though? Your grandmother would also have a problem with the loot system.
She would have a problem.
Yeah, that would be...
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with the game is when you murder someone, instead of having a box, even though they already have boxes laying around, they just have everything shoot out of you, but not very far, so it's just in a pile.
Yeah.
And you can't pick it up.
And you can't select the area and just see a list of what's in the area.
Like in PUBG.
Like in PUBG.
Yeah, but
it's just, it's on the ground. Good luck.
That was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, by the way. I didn't mean to lose you again. Person who can't Google things. I'm sorry.
Dear user unfamiliar with games. Here is
if you've been
games.
Under a rock for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
The shooting's real good, though. If we're going back to
Battlefield
Firestorm.
shooting.
Battlefield shooting.
If you like Battlefield shooting, it is exactly that.
Yeah.
If you dislike Battlefield shooting,
Like
It is
some
exactly
people.
Who dislikes Battlefield shooting?
Some people do.
Someone.
Oh, I think that's universally like one of the best features of Battlefield is the shooting. Like, oh, this stuff's pretty good.
I mean, I prefer it to Call of Duty anyway.
Oh yeah,
Because I tried that Battle Royale mode and I did not have a good time with that one.
We listed the games we played.
we can
Call
also
of Duty
list
is
the
not
games
on
that
that.
we could talk about how bad that was, but
We don't want to lose subscribers this early.
I so don't care about Call of Duty.
would we play that thing for 2 hours and then I wanted to like burn the disc and you're like, just keep it, don't throw it away.
Just trade it in or something.
I just don't care. I would go into why zombie mode is bad, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, the zombie mode was all.
So how about you? What are you playing, Jacob?
I still have not finished Anthem, but I do still like it.
Okay.
But I play it only in single player because I don't see any value to having four
it's not
people.
hard, right?
Not really.
And it's even easier if you have more people.
Yeah, having
Yeah,
more.
you almost don't get to do anything.
Yeah,
because they just take
If you
care
have
of it.
other people, you're just like, wait, where am I supposed to go? Oh, it's already done? Okay, where am I supposed to go now? Oh, okay, the game will warp me there? Alright, cool. Wait, you already flew away? Alright, it'll warp me again.
I guess I'll.
Okay, mission complete. Here's some XP. Cool.
Yeah.
That's the mission
That seems like
structure
the wrong way to play
of
it.
Anthem,
But
if you're playing it with others.
I'm very surprised at how much plot there is. Like, I haven't made it through the story yet.
Yeah, I did all the side quests. For some reason...
Are you a
couldn't-
side quest first person?
What?
Side
It's
quest?
third person.
I think you misunderstood
Yeah,
the arrangement of his sentence.
So in RPGs and stuff, do you play the side quests before?
I try.
Okay.
Why? Is that a type of thing to do?
No, it's just I'm always I just
You
get
ma-
through the main story before I do anything else,
Oh.
and then besides The Witcher, I did all the Witcher contracts, but that's only because you get to hunt monsters. I was just wondering if you beat it and then doing side quests.
No, I was actually not enjoying the game part of Anthem, but I was really enjoying a couple of shop owners and trying to figure out what they were
chatting.
going to do and just chatting with them. And then their conversation trees just ended, and I was like, oh, well,
Yeah, they
I
just
guess I should-
stopped talking after a while.
they do. They're just like, hey, I'm really interesting. You're like, yes, you are.
Yeah.
You're the most interesting thing. And they're like, well, see you later.
It's like they didn't expect you to do the side quests right away
Right.
because they run out of things and then they just stop talking to you.
Also, there are weird people who just appear after you beat the game. And you're just like, oh, well,
Okay.
you've been standing here the whole time. Now you've got stuff to say. Okay, cool. So they don't appear. They just become interactable.
I mean, I haven't finished yet, but I wouldn't call it a great game or a bad game, so I'm
If you were to
confused.
give it a number,
If I were, well,
you give it a number?
well, if I were to give it a number, the lowest score you can get, I think, is a 7 out of 10, right?
Right.
Because that's how rating scores work.
So it'd be an
That's
8 out
So
of 10.
I'd
That is
probably
how-
give it an 8.
that is how.
So on a
IMDb
scale of
works.
7 out of 10 to 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no one gets a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. On my actual rating scale, I would still give it an 8 because
that's pretty good.
it's still very enjoyable to me.
An 8's very
It's a
nice.
solid range
It's
to
like
be
a
in.
B plus. I don't remember how grades work.
Yeah.
Maybe is that a B minus?
I also might be grading. I mean, I know I grade things differently than other people because people hate this game for some reason. But, you know, it's definitely not any worse than Destiny 2 or anything like that. So I don't know why they're judging it so much harsher.
I think I have no idea. Maybe there was a weird amount of hype for it that just
Yeah.
things get overhyped.
Well, I can tell you that people's expectations of Destiny is the reason why people didn't like Destiny and people's expectations of Anthem. Because, you know, it's reading the headline and going, I know what the content of this article is. And they just go, oh, jetpacks. I know what this game is about. And then they go, it wasn't the game I thought it was. Is
Yeah.
the mentality there?
They could have just let you fly the spaceship, and I think everybody would have been fine with it.
Fly what spaceship?
In the loading screens and Destiny.
Yeah, like
That
in,
was
like
the
in Warframe.
that was the only problem with Destiny.
That
I
was
saw
one
a
of
lot
them.
of complaints about not being able to fly it, and that's when people were like, "No, man, the sky is exactly what Destiny should have been." I was like, "I don't know if that's true."
I don't think those are
That's-
correlated at all.
Those are not the same even
Hey,
genre.
that's
apparently.
what part of the internet was saying that I had saw. A lot of people were saying that. I was very confused.
Well, I can tell you, when I first started playing Anthem, I hated it.
Oh.
I just outright was like, no to all of this. This all feels bad. Then, after playing it for 3 hours, something like that, I went, okay, I see what they're doing. And then as it kept going on, I was like, all right, I'm more into this. I certainly will. I finished it. Is the end result.
You've
of that
played more than
story.
I have, and you started off hating it. So
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
something.
I started off liking it quite a lot, and I played an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I still think it's fine. It's not multiplayer, so I don't really care.
It's not
It's almost exclusive.
it's not competitive multiplayer. Is
Yeah,
what you
there we
mean.
go.
Right.
That's what I mean. It's not a battle royale
Yes.
or a strategy card game of some kind.
Which is also a battle royale game
Yep.
Yeah.
that you're playing.
Your card-based battle royale game
Yeah.
or your gun-based battle royale game.
Uh-huh.
Or... The next thing is they're going to have a stealth-based battle royale game.
That sounds pretty
Pretty
cool.
rad. I would
Splinter
play
Cell
that.
Battle Royale? I'd play the shit out of that. Blacklist Battle Royale. Just don't do
Dude.
Spies vs. Mercs because that stuff was stupid.
Don't make Evolve again.
Don't make a
Oh, can we have this conversation and just have it for posterity's sake here
about Evolve.
about Evolve?
I think it was the reason why it's going to take another 10 years before someone tries asymmetrical multiplayer. Because that stuff doesn't work.
At least not unless there's a random chance that you'll just win.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
if you got random loot in it,
Yeah, that might
maybe
work.
that would have helped.
So, to anybody who doesn't know, Evolve is a game where four small characters,
It's more regular human-sized people.
yeah, some regular human-sized characters with guns and tracking implements and snares and
Jetpacks and
miscellaneous,
stuff.
etc. Use those tools to try to hunt down a monster of various skills,
Which is a different player.
which is a different player. So
and
it's
the
5
only way the
players.
monster can get stronger is by hiding for the whole match to level up,
Yeah.
which is
It's very dumb.
a very bad idea.
All the way up until the mechanic of the monster needs to hide to get more powerful
Yeah.
was
It-
it was a good plan.
It
Until
would have
there.
been easier if they'd just been lazy and been like, all right, well, there's just a respawn and you only get 10 lives or something. Because
Yeah.
at least then you would have been encouraged to fight
right.
instead of run away and hide.
Yeah, nearly any other traditional gameplay mechanism would have been a good choice for a compelling.
I
Game.
still think just make 2 teams hunting one AI monster would have been a
Yeah.
much better game. But that's no longer asymmetrical.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
That was their gimmick, I guess.
Yeah, it's a bad gimmick. They should. Hunting monsters still sounds fun
that's why Monster Hunter did surprisingly well last year.
because 2 teams of 4 had to fight monsters.
No,
Oh, okay.
just groups of people ate
Fight
delicious
monsters.
looking shiny food and hunted monsters. That
But-
cat chef,
Yeah,
glistening.
glistening
Those
cat.
cat chefs, man.
Yeah,
Actually, Anthem reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter, which
Agreed.
is why I probably like that as well. But Monster Hunter seemed most people liked that, so
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, I think it was.
it was universally praised.
Yeah,
Not-
people enjoyed
yeah.
it. I haven't played it and have no plan to, but people liked it.
It's definitely quirky.
I think it's
if you don't want
too-
that,
I think it's too Japanese for me. I just can't handle it.
that's what I meant by quirky, but I was trying to be nice about it.
Well, it's kind of like a
Because-
style. I'm not being mean to Japan.
But I also picked what is apparently one of the harder weapons in the game. Baseline, to anyone listening to this, I'm actually terrible at video games.
On the other hand, you can switch your weapon at any time.
Oh, totally.
So
I
you
just-
didn't have to do that.
So, on top of being bad at video games, I'm needlessly stubborn.
Okay.
And so, that was a good combination for not getting as far as I wanted to with that game. Well, that's been your Monster Hunter time.
Everybody was waiting.
Yep.
We didn't talk about Pokemon, so we had
Yeah.
to talk about that.
Is somebody going to talk about Pokemon then?
We just
No, we
have
Oh, okay.
each time so far,
Yep.
which is weird.
Nothing new to report on Pokemon.
Nothing new
at
has
this point in
happened.
time.
No new Pikachus.
I mean, if you want, Deoxys has reached its defensive form and is in the EX raids. So if
The
you get
what?
an invitation to that, hooray! I still don't have an invitation yet,
Okay.
but
We've filled our quota.
done and done.
Good. I'm sure it'll be any time now.
Yep.
And I'm pretty jealous. I want to fight Deoxys.
Deoxys. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Okay.
I just
You want to stand in a circle with other nerds in a park?
yeah,
That are all older than they should be.
just by only about 10 to 25 years. You know what? Games are for everybody.
Yeah.
Play what makes you happy. Things are way too difficult to be upset that other people are enjoying a thing.
Oh, I'm not upset, just confused.
And judgy. No, super judgy about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when it's like...
That's a different thing. Being judgy is...
Those are the same people complaining about millennials.
I mean, no.
All right.
You know an example of that. So,
One example.
on your data set of 1 of 1, yes, 100% of people are doing the thing you said.
That's how polls work these
Yeah.
days, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's the world we live in.
Yep.
I went to that one creepy meeting in the park, and I said, I think I'm good.
What?
About Pokemon.
Oh.
He tried playing Pokemon once. Pokemon Go once.
No, I played by myself for a little bit, and then I found myself just in public with a group of kids, and then when I tried not to do that, I found myself in a group of public with a bunch of 40-year-old men, and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Glad that thing exists for everybody that enjoys it.
Well done, everybody that plays Pokemon Go. Well done. You've earned enough money to have a cell phone and take time off to go to a park.
Yep.
So you're nailing it, guys. Good job. Y'all.
Y'all?
I want to start saying y'all more.
Why don't you?
Nothing is preventing you from saying y'all.
Well,
pretty much.
I just
constantly.
said it more times
Bring back y'all.
than I have in all,
Y'all never
in
left.
all week.
Oh, y'all never left.
We're a little too far north and west for that to.
I grew up with a lot of y'all.
Use guys. I can say that.
I do like you being the only person who says use guys and y'all.
Hey, y'all's guys.
Y'all's guys.
Wait, I don't know what I'm doing now.
You can pluralize y'alls. Y'allses. Is that a thing? No? No, that's not a thing. You can make it a thing.
If I just start saying it, soon
Catch on like wildfire.
I just need one Kardashian to say it, and then we're set.
Oh, I've probably watched more Kardashian shit than I would ever wish for anyone to see.
Than you'd ever admit on a podcast.
No, I admit it, I've seen like 5 minutes of some
is
of
a
their
lot.
TV shows,
Yeah.
and it was way too much. I do know that the young one of them is now a billionaire, and I'm not jealous.
No, you're envious. Those are two different things.
There we go.
I don't know which is worse, but
Sloth.
Sloth.
that,
I am sloth
not the
about
worst.
her money.
you know how in 7 Sloth was tied up to a bed
Yeah, that didn't
for
need to
years?
happen.
That seems backwards
Yeah,
because
it should have
forced
been
that person.
restraint.
Yes, like that person wanted to get up.
Yeah. Sloth is a person who's like, hey, you should come eat ham. And they're like, nah.
Thematically, I disagree with that murder.
Agreed. That was an incorrect categorization. I'm not gonna say it a third time. Did I mess it up twice? Or did I say it correctly?
I think you said it correctly both times. You just kind of slurred a little bit.
All right.
The
Categorization. Nope, too many syllables. Fuck.
other ones were all fine, though.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep. Morgan.
Justifiable
Yeah.
murder. That is my favorite type of stuff to watch.
I don't think it was justified.
No, that was all unjustified.
I actually haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Have you
You've
seen
never
Justified?
seen 7?
Oh, we're talking about 7 still.
No, I haven't seen it.
I
I'm really
thought you were
sorry,
segueing
everybody.
into
Oh.
the Timothy Oliphant TV show called Justified, where he killed a lot of people. But
Yeah.
every time he did it, it was justified.
I was just going off you saying he murdered someone
My-
tied to a bed. Isn't that what you said?
You should watch 7.
Yeah, put that in your brain. That's.
I think you'll understand a lot of pop culture references that have talked about it in the past
If you
20
ever heard
years.
somebody say, "What's in the box?"
Yeah, I've seen the YouTube scene, but
I've seen the important part
Yeah.
of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him say Rosebud at the end of Citizen Kane. I know what this movie's about. I mean, more.
Yeah,
Actually, that's a terrible example.
That
of-
time, yeah.
All right, so do we want to let people know like stuff about us, like our favorite movies? and
Stuff about. I think you're safe to reveal your favorite movie if
right.
you
favorite
want to.
color is yellow.
All right, is it?
No,
Weird.
I don't have a favorite color. I'm an adult.
Well, Brooks is in the lead for joke for this week.
All right, you gotta step up your game
No, yes.
because you just gave me that last point without
Yeah.
even fighting for it. You gotta.
Well, that was our sloth.
What's-
not wanting to go and listen?
What's your favorite movie? This will be good. This will be.
Are you asking me or?
Or we're
I mean,
doing
you're
a
making
round.
eye contact with me.
Yeah, I
so
assume
I-
we're gonna
You
go
brought the subject up.
All right.
I assumed you were going to.
Fifth Element.
Okay.
Straight up.
Perfect.
straight up.
That is my favorite movie.
I'm okay with that.
Man, if it's ever on,
I have it on my shelf right
Stop
there.
what I'm doing and I watch it, and then I go, I should watch that movie from the beginning. Brooks,
Oh,
favorite movie.
I don't know. Mine's probably tied between either Fight Club or Galaxy Quest. I know those are two totally different movies, but
That's a pretty deep pull, though. Galaxy Quest.
Yeah,
I fucking
A Tim Allen movie shouldn't be anyone's favorite movie, but that one's actually pretty good.
Have you seen the Santa Claus 2?
You know, I don't think I have.
Fucking tour de force.
I
I
was,
also don't think of it as a Tim Allen movie. I think of it as everyone else who's in that movie.
It's an Alan Rickman movie in my brain.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a movie this whole time, and I'm looking at my movies that I own, and I still can't figure out which one I like.
Snowpiercer is not your favorite movie.
I haven't even watched that yet.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. The
I do like Dread.
most controversial one I could say is Crank, because that's
Crank's
probably
good.
not a good movie objectively, but
I think it's good.
it really sort of like put an end to the growth of action movies and was like, all right, we went as far as we can go.
It was distilled down to like its
yeah.
pure like molecular essence of
Yeah, exactly. The purest form of an action movie you can make. And then hopefully since then, because Crank 2 was terrible, people have walked it back and went like, you know what? The 80s had some pretty good action movies. Let's make them more like that. And I feel like we've corrected our course a little bit better.
Thank you, Crank.
yeah.
Thank you, Crank. I've also got Beetlejuice up there. That's pretty good.
Beetlejuice is a very solid. If that should be in top of people's lists.
I think
Not
so.
all people. Some people shouldn't like it. I'm going to be the arbiter of what other
Some
people
people
should or shouldn't like.
So I guess it's where it should be, because some people like it and some people don't.
Yep.
Somewhere
everything
in
worked
the
out.
top of middle of the list.
Yeah. Snatch was good.
Almost
All right.
anything Guy Ritchie's pretty good.
There was one that I was like, no to this.
Like his newer stuff,
Yeah.
like King Arthur or whatever that was.
That was
yeah,
the
he
one.
made
what
King
did-
Arthur.
Like, what are you doing?
You shouldn't have done that.
Like,
You know what? That harkens back to my dislike of knights.
Well, I think he was supposed to make like Rock and Roller
Yeah.
2, and then
Okay.
he made King Arthur. And it's
Yeah.
like, stick with British gangsters, please, and don't do
Yes.
anything else.
25 years of British gangster movies.
Yeah, and then he starts making. He's like, I'm gonna do Sherlock Holmes, and
Uh,
That was at least interesting.
yeah, the
Oh,
Sherlock
yeah.
Holmes movie was actually a decent, interesting take on Sherlock Holmes.
yeah, but I think he
the
also.
math fighting was hilarious.
It was silly, but yeah.
I did like the math fighting. He also made a second one.
That mostly
I
happened
saw
on a
that
train. Yeah,
Mostly,
I'm not wrong, am I? That the second Sherlock Holmes movie had a really protracted.
I
train
literally
scene,
don't remember anything from that.
And
movie.
there was a Robert Downey Jr. in drag joke. That took way too long
Well,
to
then
set up and pay off.
Apparently, I don't remember the movie because none of that rung any
Well,
bells
I think
for me.
it's in his list of bad ones.
All right, let's talk about the real issues.
The real
Daniel Craig, James Bond movies all have desert fortresses, except for Casino Royale.
We spent way too much time the other day rehashing all of the James Bond movies that we could remember, which wasn't a lot of them because we're not big fans. But yeah, we realized they're all bad.
Yeah, the conversation
guys.
started
They're all
with.
bad.
I thought I
Even
liked
in
Casino Royale,
Oh,
but I looked at it again and I'm pretty sure I didn't like it.
huh.
But actually, the conversation started because is Daniel Craig a better Daniel Craig? That's the right guy, right?
That's the guy.
I think that's
Okay.
the name you've been saying this whole time.
Yes.
And then confused yourself because you said it too
I
many times.
did. That is
Okay.
the fourth time I said it. It sounded wrong.
You want to just say Daniel?
Yeah. So Danny Boy
Danny
is
Boy.
better than Shawnee Boy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's great. He's a very good
yeah,
James Bond.
Daniel Craig is a great James Bond.
Uh-huh.
Idris Elba would be amazing. That's
he'd
what
be
should
fine.
happen. Also, if they had started Idris Elba, I'm just going to recap that conversation. If they had started working on a James Bond movie at the end of the last one with Idris Elba, he would have been younger or the same age as Pierce Brosnan when he started being James Bond, because the question was he too old?
You know, we should have just recorded our conversation.
We should have
because
just recorded that conversation.
Yeah.
that was not as good as our conversation
No.
was.
This is why we should never speak to each other unless it's through microphones.
You know, it was a pretty decent James Bond type movie. Was that new Mission Impossible?
Which new Mission Impossible?
We talked about that
actually
too.
came up.
I said I haven't seen Mission Impossible, but I'll bet it's better than the
No, I
James Bond
skipped like the
movies.
last 3 or 4 of them,
Okay.
and then I went and watched this, and it was super awesome. It
It's
was
like the
most-
American James Bond.
It was like the perfectly best cliche action movie ever. There's like 3 or 4 times where like it's like cliffhangers, and it's like, oh no, this is gonna happen, and then ching, and if something breaks, and they get caught again, and then you're like, ah. But it's really good.
An action movie, real good and hard.
Yeah, it's like the best hard good action.
All right.
Hard
and good action.
Just turn your
movie.
brain off
I got
and
you.
watch them do some dumb shit.
I'm
That's
alright with
pretty
that.
great. And they rely really heavily on that whole people can just look like other people trick with the masks and the voice
Okay.
changers. It's like,
They rely really heavily on that.
they do.
On people being not people. but
And
other
they're like, and
people.
then people are like, oh no, you were them. It's like, yeah, and then I'm here.
Okay.
It was me the whole time, except when it wasn't. That was
Yeah,
tricky, huh?
it was good. I'm describing it poorly, but
I will maybe watch it.
It's
Sometime.
not. It's not an it.
If
It's like five movies.
yeah, it's a lot of
Well-
movies smashed into one movie.
If I haven't watched them by now, then I
Yeah.
guess I probably
Never see them.
It's too late for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm as someone who hasn't seen the previous one, it doesn't matter. You probably
gotta
already know
start
the story.
From the beginning, you got to start with the TV show.
Yeah.
And then it's
Work
a
your
lot
way
of
up.
like, if
It's
you
just like
didn't-
Batman. If you don't watch the Adam West Batmans,
Yeah.
you'll have no idea
you'll have no
what
clue
the
what
Christopher
Batman
Nolan
is.
Batmans are doing.
Yeah,
But it also helps that like the side characters are like, wow, this guy's crazy. Remember that thing he did? And they're like, oh shit, I hadn't seen the movie, so now I know what he did. Thank you.
they give you a recap during the movie.
They do.
By the way,
They'll just cut to a previously on this movie.
you should do that more often.
Dun, 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 dun. I think that's the. You gotta have to cut that out now.
Okay.
Licensed music.
Licensed music.
Can't afford that.
I can't believe you got the Mission Impossible theme song wrong.
Yeah, you do it then.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
yeah,
That's
that's
the
pretty
correct. But you
Yeah.
did it. Yeah,
I think I did the middle part.
Remember that mission? Remember the Mission Impossible theme song? Just start with. Oh my god.
I was trying to do the Pink Panther, but I couldn't remember it.
Okay,
Do you
so
want to know what it is?
Yeah, do the Pink Panther.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait.
Wait. Yeah, that's it.
yeah, that's
Okay.
it. So speaking of that, the other day I saw a video of a chicken with pants on to the Pink Panther theme song, and it was incredible.
I'm almost sad that you actually tied that in.
You're
It
sad?
would have been better if it was just a total non sequitur.
Well, you guys reminded me. And I laughed pretty hard at my desk. It was one of those where you're just working and you go, ha ha! Like, oh shit.
I'm pretty sure I heard you do that. And have you listened to our episode 0, by the way? Yeah.
First half of it.
Okay.
It's only 45 minutes.
It's actually like less than that because I
It's
cut
a-
some stuff
It's
out.
only 37 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got other shit I'm doing.
I was just curious.
I break down my day into 4-minute sections. I couldn't possibly devote. Yeah.
I was mostly just curious if I should change the music before we actually release these because
I think it was fine. It seemed like slightly long,
yeah,
but the music
I
seemed
would
good.
agree with that.
And then the guy talking.
I thought it would make for a funny joke. I'm
That
not
it
sure
was
paid
too
off.
long and then it started
that-
with I don't know how long I should cut
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
that was
I was
maybe I
into it.
overthought it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it
And
was
then it immediately goes with me then, I don't know, 10 seconds. It's like a minute and a half of just music and some guy talking. Like, is this the podcast?
This is a weird podcast.
Maybe we want people to get to that point with the first one. Or the 0th one.
That's right.
Where they just go, oh,
Keep your numbers straight.
I don't know. Do whatever you want.
What if we made this the -3rd episode?
Oh, we can go backwards.
Has anyone ever done that before? We could be pioneers in the podcast
just
business.
count backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty creative.
I'm very smart, you guys. I have great ideas.
You're like, is that sarcastic?
My brain, I have a very good brain.
I have a good brain. Oh, yeah, that's a
brain.
presidential quote.
I am a very stable genius.
Did he say that? That's awesome.
I've got good words. I've got the best words. I think those were things that person said.
Do they have a website where you have to guess whether it's Trump or Kanye?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They also have is it that guy or other lunatics?
John Wayne Gacy.
Yes.
What
It's
qualifies
the
as a lunatic? Discuss.
No, I don't want to. Okay, fine. What a weird bit.
Yeah, let's just skip it. Next one.
If there's too much silence after it, I'll just cut the fact that I said that out of this podcast.
Pass.
I'd like a pick a Val. I said that weird. I'd like a pick a.
I like a bell.
I'd like a pick a Val.
You can watch all of Jeopardy on Netflix right now.
But why? Why would...
To look smart, I guess.
How many
Because you've already
episodes
seen
is
them
that?
all, so you know all the answers.
Right.
And you can yell them out as if you knew them.
You're like,
For real?
I'm doing research to kill it at Geeks Who Drink.
What's
Isn't
that?
a
Pass.
quiz-
I don't know.
Isn't that that quiz night thing where
What are you talking about?
it's a Denver thing? I don't know.
Is that a game show?
No, it's
Trivia night.
It's a trivia
right?
night. It's a thing young people
Is this
do.
like a meetup page?
Yeah, it's like Tinder for jackasses.
Oh,
No, it's a
I bet
thing.
they meet up for real, not just on a page.
Yeah, they go to a location,
Uh-huh.
generally a bar, because drinking is in the name. And it's Geeks Who Drink, and then they go to a place, and then they do quiz night, and the bar makes money off of people trying to prove they're smarter than other people.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like that far-fetched of a concept. Also, you guys have lived here a long time.
It just seemed
Those
very
posters are literally everywhere.
just seemed very branded. I thought each bar had like their own trivia thing.
I don't know.
Okay. Is this your own brand?
I tried to pass. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
I tried to get you out of this.
Then I accept your pass after the discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what my second favorite part of a podcast is?
The arguing in the silence.
The end of the podcast.
Yeah.
What you just heard was Everything Bad. For more information and bonus episodes, go to theinternetisAnightmare.com.